Previously, on the practice.
You want to hire me to defend you in a sexual harassment case? Don't you think that's a little strange?
Why? You're an excellent attorney.
Who you've had erotic dreams about.
Oh, please. If I had a dime for every erotic dream I'd ever had, forget it.
Is it possible that you weren't that great a clerk?
Well, I don't think she had the opportunity to really know whether I was a good clerk or not.
Why is that?
The only thing that transpired in her chambers was sex. We probably made love 2 to 3 times a day, sometimes 4.
Listen, maybe you want to get a glass of champagne later? Toast our victory?
Sure. Tell me, Jimmy, do you typically toast victory with all your clients? Or did all that sex talk make you curious?
Oh. Bobby come in yet?
No, not yet. What's wrong, Jimmy?
Nothing. Bobby, can I see you a second?
Now?
Now.
What's wrong?
I was on the internet last night, just killing time. Privacy of my own home. I don't know what I was thinking.
Jimmy.
I clicked onto a web page. It was about hidden cameras. I figured, what the heck?
What, you saw some girly pictures?
Videos. And not just any girly videos. Lucy was in one of them.
Lucy? Our Lucy?
Yeah.
You sure?
I downloaded it to show you. It's kind of like Psycho. No, nobody gets hurt or nothing. Think she knows about this?
That's not Lucy. I mean, that's Lucy, but she wouldn't, Turn it off.
There's more.
Jimmy.
What should I do?
You gotta tell her.
Maybe you should tell her. What?
What?
Just bringing in the mail.
Oh, you can just put it on the desk.
Yeah, right on the desk. The desk is good.
Okay. What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing. The desk is fine.
I'll take the mail.
Okay.
I don't think I could ever look at her the same again. I know I can't.
I already testified once.
That was at the prelim. I explained this, Gary.
You can't just go with the other witnesses?
You're the only eyewitness.
Okay.
You want to go over it again?
No, I got it. I'm okay.
Gary, I know this is hard.
You know? You ever see your mother get shot, Miss Campbell?
I'll try to keep it short.
Does my father have to be there?
Gary, he's the defendant.
So you didn't know about this? I didn't think so.
Hey, what's going on?
Lindsay, could you excuse us for a sec?
Sure. How could this happen?
You never made any videos.
No.
And you don't have any roommates. Okay. Let's go check out your apartment.
When I arrived at the scene, I found the defendant, Gordon Armbruster, seated on the living room sofa with his head in his hands.
What else did you see, Detective?
The victim, Charlotte Armbruster. She was lying on the floor.
Her condition?
She had been shot once in the chest at close range, as was indicated by the powder residue around the entry wound.
Was she alive at that time?
The paramedics were unable to revive her, and she was pronounced dead at the scene.
Detective, were you able to recover a weapon?
Yes. From the floor of the same room, several feet away from Mrs. Armbrust, I recovered a .38 special revolver, registered to the defendant. Gun residue tests revealed that he had fired the weapon.
And in the course of your investigation, did you determine if anyone had witnessed the shooting?
Yes. The victim's son, Gary Armbrust, had been present and gave a full account of events.
What did you do at that time?
I placed the defendant under arrest for murder. His shirt was splattered with blood, and that was sent to the crime lab for testing and analysis along with the gun.
So you spoke to and had an opportunity to observe Gary Armbrust at the scene?
Yes.
And according to your report, you observed his eyes to be bloodshot and his speech to be slightly slurred.
He had just witnessed his mother's murder. He had been crying and was extremely upset.
These symptoms are also consistent with someone under the influence of drugs, correct?
Sometimes, yes. But he didn't appear to me to be under the influence of anything other than grief.
He was never drug tested?
No.
And Gary Armbrust's account of these events played an instrumental role in your decision to arrest his father for murder?
Yes.
Here it is. There's a VCR up here, too. Must be on some kind of timer. We should just leave it as is and show the police. Check out the rest of the apartment. In the meantime, is there another place that you can stay? Lucy?
What?
Is there someplace else that you can stay?
Yeah, with my dad.
And you have no idea who could be doing this?
No.
Okay, look, I know you don't want anybody else to find out, but I'd like to bring in Eugene and Lindsay.
No.
Lucy.
I don't want them all to know, Bobby.
It'll stay within the firm. Lindsay's pretty up to speed on computers, and I'll need Eugene to knock on some doors. Let us help you.
Charlotte was my closest friend. I knew he was going to do something like this.
Why do you say that, Mrs. Ronish?
Their marriage was falling apart. She was planning to leave Gordon, and his ego couldn't take it.
Objection. Sustained.
Did you ever hear the defendant threaten her?
Yes. About a week before her death, I stopped by their house to pick Charlotte up for a yoga class. She hated that class because she didn't think it was really exercise.
I know this is difficult, Mrs. Ronish, but we need to know about the threat.
I'm sorry. Yes, well, when I got there, no one answered the door. So I opened it a little to call for Charlotte because I knew she was expecting me.
What did you see at that time?
Gordon was holding Charlotte's arm. She was trying to pull away. And he said that if she left him, she wouldn't even live long enough to regret it.
More accurately, Gordon said that he didn't want her to leave him and their son, whom he believed had a drug problem and needed both parents.
Well, yes, that's true, but it was still a threat.
And you were so concerned the threat you overheard might be real that you immediately contacted the police.
No. That was my mistake.
Miss Gamble.
Hi, Gary. How you doing?
I guess I'm okay. I need to talk to you about my testimony.
Well, you want to come back to my office and we can run through the questions again?
No, that's all right. It's just that...
What is it?
Look, I don't really know how to say this, but part of what I told you isn't true.
Which part?
The part about my father murdering my mother. I lied. It was an accident.
Then why did you tell the police it was murder?
I don't know. I was angry.
You need to do better than that.
My father and I were in this fight. He was so paranoid, thinking I was using drugs. I finally got fed up.
Your father's fingerprints are on that gun, not yours.
I had flipped out. I guess he thought I was going to attack him or something because he went and grabbed the gun he kept in the end table.
Your own father pulled a gun on you?
Yeah. And then I charged him, and that's when the gun went off.
If that's the truth, why would you have even accused him in the first place?
I guess I was kind of in shock. And I thought that if he went away for this, then maybe he'd finally be out of my life.
You really expect me to believe this?
I know it sounds crazy, but that's what was going through my head.
Yes, and why would you wait till now to change your story?
I just couldn't go through with it. And this is not a story. This is the truth. I was there, you weren't.
But I was at the preliminary hearing where you testified that your father shot your mother.
And that wasn't the truth.
Have you talked to your dad recently?
No.
Look, I understand you might not want to send your dad to prison,
But he didn't do it. I did.
You don't have to watch it, Lindsay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out how many websites it's been uploaded onto.
Wait, you mean that there's more?
I'm afraid you're pretty popular.
How many times did you watch it, Jimmy?
Not too many.
Helen, are we on for lunch?
No, I actually came to sort of hire a lawyer. Eleanor. Basically, he's recanting now to save his dad, which, since he could now face perjury, makes me think he needs his own lawyer.
And the reason you want it to be me?
I want you to scare him, make him realize how serious perjury is.
Well, Helen, if I represent this kid, I'd be working for him, not you.
I realize that. I just want him to hear the legal consequences of recanting from a defense attorney. His best interests are also mine.
And you don't think he's telling the truth now?
No way. His story has been completely consistent up until now. His statement to the police and the preliminary testimony corroborate the physical evidence. This case is tight. We at least talk to him.
Locks have not been tampered with, no sign of break-ins with the windows.
What about from above the shower where the VCR was?
A secured crawl space. This was done by somebody with access. You had any parties, Lucy? Friends over?
I have friends over sometimes, but
What about that Boston Celtic guy? Basketball players. What's his name? Hot Rod?
Rodman? What about friends?
none of my friends would have planted a camera.
New case. No money. It's a favor. Commonwealth thanks you.
Oh, my God.
Now what?
It isn't you. It's Jimmy.
What?
I just happened to the Boston Buff website to see if we were listed. Damn, I lost it.
What's Boston Buff?
Court buffs. They're basically retired people who follow trials, and they rank lawyers. Here it is. Seems like they're into gossip now. Attorney James Berluti has been making a little chamber music with Judge Roberta Kittleson.
What? That's ridiculous. That's trick photography.
Jimmy, in my office.
Our own witness is now backing my client's story. Miss Gamble's the only one saying that he's guilty.
He's changing his story out of some warped sense of loyalty to his father.
Helen, he was your whole case, and now you've lost him.
Do you have any additional witnesses?
I don't need any. Gary Armbrust's testimony is coming in just like it did at the prelim.
Wait, what am I missing here?
If he takes a stand and changes his story, I will charge him with perjury.
That is extortion.
No, it's called leverage to protect against witness manipulation.
The only one manipulating here is you.
Look, you can cross the kid however you want, but she can certainly call him.
What if I just plead the fifth?
Well, you can do that, but it really won't help your dad. If you plead the Fifth Amendment, it basically means your testimony is unavailable, which means the DA can then introduce your testimony from the prelim.
And you're saying that if I change my story, she can put me in jail?
It's a very real possibility, yes.
What do you think I should do?
Well, I would normally advise you to tell the truth. But if the truth is something different than what you said at the prelim, telling the truth would expose you to perjury charges.
He's my dad. He just got angry, you know?
Gary, if he's a murderer, me, I'd ditch the sentiment and save myself.
It's my dad.
You're sleeping with her.
It's my own private life.
Not anymore. It's on the internet. Jimmy, she's a client.
Was a client. It started after her case.
She's also a wacko. Did you know that?
She's not a wacko.
Jimmy, she is.
She's a great judge. One affair with a clerk doesn't make her...
She pulled me into chambers and told me she was having erotic dreams about me.
What?
Yes. While I was in trial with her, she calls me into chambers and tells me she's having sexual fantasies about me. Then she hit on me. Jimmy, she has OCD. Oral compulsive disorder.
Hey, look, I don't know what happened with you, but me and her, we're consenting adults. We're consenting adults.
More? She's been through half the Massachusetts bar.
Hey.
Isn't she a little, what's the word, old? Yeah, old. Isn't she a little old for you?
If called, he will testify that it was an accident.
He understands. I'll then have him arrested for perjury.
He understands. Timely recantation. It's possible he can beat perjury.
You tell him that?
Helen, he's my client. I'm sorry.
Eleanor, you tell him he's afraid of the wrong person. He's afraid of his father. He should be afraid of me because he'll do time.
Helen.
I won't let him do this.
Easy.
I'm calling him, Eleanor. I'm putting him up there.
Any new developments?
I'll give you voluntary manslaughter.
You should be dismissing.
I've got threats, fingerprints, residue, trace metal.
Yeah, but if the boy's saying accident...
How do you know what he'll say? Have you been tampering with the witness, Arnold?
Well, I'm assuming he's not going to say self-inflicted, Helen. What else does that leave?
Voluntary manslaughter. Take it or leave it.
Leave it.
Don't you dare just barge in on me like this.
Just tell me, yes or no.
To which question? Did I have a dream about Bobby? Yes. So what?
What about the other... How many lawyers have you been with?
That is certainly none of your business. You want to tell me how many women you've been with?
You heard of the Boston Court Buffs?
Of course I've heard of them. They fill half the room sometimes.
Well, they got a website with a program. It talks about you and me. It's got a picture of you and me on the elevator. It also has headshots of other lawyers you've been with, they say sexually.
What do you mean it's got a picture?
There must be some security camera on the elevator. How they got access, who knows, but...
There's a picture of you and me?
Kissing. And there's pictures of other lawyers, just headshots, but it says you've been with them.
This is on the internet.
Yeah.
What else does it say?
I don't know. I didn't really want to look. I came right over here.
Got a picture of you and me kissing.
From the elevator.
Well, how do I find this website?
I don't know. Lindsay found it.
What's her number?
She's probably home by now.
What's her number?
I'm not online here, Jimmy. Can I tell her tomorrow? I don't know. I had to find it. Look, I'll give it to her first thing, okay?
He told Judge Kittleson.
Big mistake.
Meanwhile, in the Armbrust murder trial, rumors that the chief prosecutorial witness is changing his story. If true, the prosecution may be in trouble.
Great.
You'll recall Gary Armbrust was the one who identified his own father as the killer. Now it seems he's prepared to testify it was an accident.
Oh, God,
Some
look
wonder
at what
why
they've
District
done.
Attorney
How could
Helen
they do
Gamble
that
is
to
even
me?
planning
All right,
to
relax.
continue on with the
Relax?
case. It is
You
making
relax.
time.
I'm about to lose a murder, and now they've got me looking like Leona Helmsley meets the Wicked Witch. I'm not gonna lose this. I'm not losing this.
Oh, no. Not again.
I'm screwed. If I call him, I'm dead. If I don't...
What are you gonna do? Do you know?
Miss Gamble, call your next witness. Miss Gamble?
The Commonwealth calls Gary Armbrust.
Members of the jury, the witness will be accompanied by his own attorney for the purposes of his testimony. You are to consider only what the witness offers as evidence, and you are to draw no conclusions whatsoever out of the fact that he has a lawyer with him.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
Could you please state your name for the record?
Gary Armbrust.
Gary, the oath you just took, you understand the meaning of it, do you not?
I do.
You understand that you testify today under the pains and penalties of perjury, do you?
Objection! She's trying to intimidate this witness.
I'm merely making sure the witness understands his obligation to tell the truth.
Given that the witness has a lawyer sitting with him, I think we're safe, Miss Gamble.
Your own father is the defendant, is that correct?
Yes.
And it was your mother who was shot and killed, also correct?
Yes.
Were you present when your mother was shot?
Yes, I was.
And you observed your father shoot your mother as you were standing in the doorway of the living room?
That's not how it happened.
Ask permission to treat the witness as hostile?
Objection.
Overruled.
Gary, do you recall testifying at the preliminary hearing for this case?
Yes, I do.
And you swore to tell the truth?
Yes.
And at that time, do you recall being asked the following question and giving the following answer? Page 4. Question. What did you observe? Answer. I heard my father screaming at my mother. I went to the living room door, and that's when I saw him shoot her in the chest.
That's what I said, but it wasn't...
You've answered the question. Thank you.
But it wasn't true.
Move to strike non-responsive.
If it wasn't true, what really happened?
I was angry. My father pulled the gun on me. Then I basically attacked him.
You attacked him?
We didn't have the greatest relationship. It was during the struggle with me that the gun went off.
Well, why did you testify at the preliminary hearing that your father killed your mother?
Part of it was I was just covering my own ass for provoking my father to get the gun in the first place.
But if it was really an accident, why didn't you just tell the truth?
I was just so furious at him. I wasn't thinking clearly. Look, I'm sorry about all of this. I really am. And if you want to put me in jail, I can't stop you. But it really was an accident. You have to believe me.
Only one with a master key is the super, a guy by the name of Larry Conley. You know him?
Oh, my God.
What?
Well, he always kind of looks at me funny, and a few weeks ago...
A few weeks ago, what?
He said that there was a leak in the downstairs apartment, and he needed to check my bathroom. It's gotta be him.
Lindsay, call the police, get a warrant, see if we can search this guy.
Whoa. A warrant for what?
Let's search this guy's place.
Bobby, it's not so easy. He hasn't necessarily committed a crime.
Wait, what do you mean he hasn't committed a crime?
There was no sound on the video.
So?
The law prohibits intercepting audio communication, but silent videotaping isn't a crime.
Well, you gotta be kidding.
What?
This guy planted a camera in my bathroom. That's not a crime?
No.
All right. What about trespass?
The super with a master key, and you said he asked permission to go into your bathroom.
This guy planted a camera in my home.
I'm just saying, it isn't as easy as it looks.
It's gotta be some way to nail him.
So this is what people think of me.
It's just a stupid website.
This goes into people's homes. Lawyers who appear before me, they've probably all seen this.
I'm sure some have, not all. Look, nobody believes this stuff.
You believed it. That's why you came running down here so angrily. You believed it.
Well, is it all true?
Some of it is, yes. I have been with some of these men. How could... This is my private life.
Welcome to the information age, Judge.
This is evil. It's evil.
I was fighting with her.
Your wife?
Yes. And I was in an enraged state. I don't deny that. Then Gary came charging in, and he was enraged. In fact, he looked on something. That's why I got the gun.
You pulled a gun on your own son?
No. I was afraid, and I grabbed the gun in case I needed one.
And then what happened?
He and I started yelling at each other. Then he lunged at me, tried to wrestle me to the ground. That's when the gun went off. And it hit Charlotte.
Gary attacked you.
Like I said, I think he was on something.
Why was there only blood on you?
Gary was on the other side of me. I was between him and his mother, and I'm larger than he is, so I guess I blocked him.
You're larger, yet you felt physically threatened by your son.
I thought he was under the influence of drugs, and I didn't know what he might do.
So it was self-defense?
No. It was an accident.
Well, you say you pulled the gun because you were afraid.
Yes. I was afraid. I was afraid that he might hurt me. So I grabbed the gun.
Afraid he'd physically assault you?
He did assault me. That's when the struggle took place, and the gun went off.
And it was an accident.
Asked and answered.
Did you tailor your story to fit your son's testimony?
Objection! No, I did not.
Your wife leave a will?
Yes.
Who inherits?
I guess I do, as well as my son.
Wow, accident. You both make out. Would you both plan this little witness for the prosecution stunt?
Objection.
You both conspire to kill her, setting him up as our witness?
Objection.
Sustained.
I got it.
What?
You pay your own utilities, right?
Yeah.
Theft of electricity. He plugged his equipment into your outlets. There's some case law. Theft of electricity.
That feels like a stretch.
It'll buy us a warrant. Get Eugene.
Mr. Lawrence Conley,
Yeah?
you're under arrest.
For what?
Theft of electricity and trespass.
What?
We have a search warrant.
Wait, what the hell's going on
He
here?
has rights.
What are you looking for? Stolen electricity?
You have the right to remain silent.
Bobby.
Remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak with an attorney. Have the attorney present during questioning. If so desired, you not afford one. The attorney will be appointed before you.
Do me a favor, Mike. Will you have your boys search the bedroom?
Bedroom. Now.
Now, can you look away?
5 seconds. Don't hurt him.
She's a teenager and a friend of mine. Sick back.
Okay, Bobby.
I said, okay, Bobby. There were security tapes.
We'll take it from here.
Basically, I've got two choices. I can argue believe his testimony at the prelim, but they've got reasonable doubt, or I can argue some witness for the prosecution theory, which who knows? It could be that. Things have certainly worked out for them.
Witness for the prosecution?
We relied on the son, Mark. He changes his testimony at trial, instant reasonable doubt.
With the threat of perjury.
He won't do much for that. We both know that. So does he. If the recanting is ruled timely, he could get off altogether, which his lawyer told him. I've lost another murderer. I can't believe this. First, I lose a guy who dices up a nun. Now I'm in...
Can you recall forensics? Prove it couldn't have happened the way they're saying?
I can't prove it, not beyond a reasonable doubt. I can't believe this.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go witness for the prosecution. It's too desperate, and I think it's too late. Just give it your best shot.
There's got to be a way. I'm gonna find a way.
A 100 tapes?
He had other cameras planted in other places.
So he has videos of me doing everything?
I've arranged to have them destroyed.
But they could have already been uploaded on websites.
Yes.
Will he go to jail?
He's being arraigned today. I told Jimmy to cover it. But Lucy, the law, stealing electricity, maybe trespass. He won't do any time. Hey.
What if my father...
You said he doesn't own a computer.
Yeah, but what if somebody makes a tape off the computer and...
Look, you did nothing wrong.
Well, can I sue him?
Well, we could, but he's pretty judgment-proof. He did lose his job. I mean, that's something.
Okay. I should get back to work.
You want to take the day off?
And do what? Go home? Nah, I'm fine. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do. I'm totally fine.
Lucy, the reason you feel so violated is because you have been. And this is no time to play tough. Look at me. Maybe this isn't the equivalent to rape, but that man took your privacy from you. And it's not nothing. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get some counseling.
Okay.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to lean on people here a little.
It's just that I feel like...
Two different versions from the same witness. How can you know which one is true? The state will probably stand up here in a few minutes and try to convince you that Gary Armbrust suddenly felt bad, didn't want to see his father convicted, decided to change his story. Now, you heard Miss Gamble toss out witness for the prosecution. They did it together for the insurance. Now, that theory came at the 11th hour, didn't it? Why? Desperation. Because the only eyewitness told you it was an accident. Told you he attacked the defendant, causing the gun to go off. Do I really need to be standing up here arguing reasonable doubt? The state wants you to believe Gary Armbrust is truthful when he says one thing, but he has no credibility when he's saying another. You can't have it both ways.
Yes, we have two versions now from one witness. It's up to you to weigh the credibility and circumstances of each. You're free to discredit the recantation and find that the truth lies in his original accusation. And I'll tell you why you should. Gary told the officers at the scene that his father murdered his mother. He said that they had a bitter argument, she threatened to leave him, and he shot her point blank in the chest. Now, Gary testified to the same facts under oath at the preliminary hearing. Not one inconsistency in any of the details. Every last bit of his account was consistent with every piece of physical evidence. Then suddenly, just as the trial begins, he has a change of heart. And I guess we can understand. He's already lost his mother. He doesn't want to lose his father, does he? And, well, maybe he's found a way to even forgive his dad. But we can't. A woman is dead. Charlotte Armbrust deserves to have us stand up for the truth, even if her son no longer can. Charlotte doesn't have a voice anymore. You do. We all know what happened. Prints only belonging to the defendant. Blood spattered only on the defendant. We have the threats. That man committed murder. And his son? Well, he suddenly decided he wants him to get away with it. Do you?
32623, Commonwealth versus Conley, trespass, theft of electricity.
Robert Olson for the defendant.
Theft of electricity? Are they prosecuting that these days?
Your Honor, the defendant is a superintendent at an apartment complex. He installed cameras to tape one of the dwellers, then he uploaded her naked images on the internet. Theft of electricity...
Hold on a second. Well, Mr. Connolly. Did you get the wrong judge?
We'll waive reading, Your Honor.
Why don't you wave goodbye while you're at it? Did you have fun invading a young woman's privacy?
Excuse me, Your Honor?
Counsel, you speak when I ask you to. Uploading her naked images on the internet? Funny, I just discovered things about me on the internet. Maybe there's stuff about all of us. Who knows? Take off your pants.
Your Honor!
Bailiff, would you please take Mr. Olson into custody? He is in contempt.
What?
You want another chance? Then shut your mouth. Mr. Connolly, drop your pants right now, or I will add contempt to your charges, and you will go straight to a jail cell. I am going to count to 3. 1, 2... No underwear. Figures. And nothing much else, I might add. Do you feel violated, Mr. Connolly? Exposed? How does it feel? Would you turn around and face the gallery? Show them what you haven't got.
Your Honor, even I have to say, this is a little bit irregular.
Tough! Turn around, Mr. Connolly. Take Mr. Connolly. Put him in jail. We can arraign him again tomorrow. Would you call the next case, please? Leave your pants right there. At your ankles.
Case number 32624, Commonwealth versus Waterman, criminal violation, illegal disposal of toxic waste.
That was different.
Imagine his luck. Getting me for a judge. Of all days.
You okay?
I am so... You know, I am no prude. I would have no problems taking the bench, naked, so long as it were my choice. But to be...
Well, hopefully the laws on internet stuff will start to change. Maybe the test case will come before you.
It did bother you reading all that stuff, didn't it, Jimmy?
Yeah, but, you know, it's my mother's influence. In the back of my mind, I guess I was still hoping you were a virgin.
Yes, we know you thought that. Thank you.
For what?
For being there. It helped.
Well, whatever I could do.
Will the defendant please rise? Mr. Foreman, has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
Commonwealth versus Gordon Armbrust on the count of murder in the second degree. We find the defendant, Gordon Armbrust, not guilty.
Defendant is free to go. Jury is dismissed with the thanks of the court. We are adjourned.
Gary Armbrust, you're under arrest for the murder of Charlotte Armbrust.
What?
You have the right to remain silent.
We know his right. What's going on here?
Take him away.
Helen.
By his own testimony as well as his father's, the gun went off when he attacked his father. Felony assault. Accidental shooting or not, felony murder rule applies.
What is she talking about?
You're looking at an automatic life sentence, Gary. That's what I'm talking about.
Helen, come on.
I told you, Eleanor. I told you he should be more afraid of me than his father.
This is an overreaction.
Life sentence, Gary. Go celebrate, Dad.
Is this true? Can I get life? Tell me!
Don't say anything to anybody. I'll be right back to talk to you.
What the hell is going on? Will you present him in the...
Previously on The Practice.
I was at the preliminary hearing where you testified that your father shot your mother.
And that wasn't the truth.
Why would you wait till now to change your story?
I just couldn't go through with it. What do you think I should do?
Well, I would normally advise you to tell the truth. But if the truth is something different than what you said at the prelim, telling the truth would expose you to perjury charges.
He's my dad.
If it wasn't true, what really happened?
I was angry. My father pulled the gun on me, then I basically attacked him. Look, I'm sorry about all of this, but it really was an accident.
We find the defendant Gordon Armbrust, not guilty.
Gary Armbrust, you're under arrest for the murder of Charlotte Armbrust.
What? What's going on here?
By his own testimony, as well as his father's, the gun went off when he attacked his father. Accidental shooting or not, felony murder rule applies.
What is she talking about?
You're looking at an automatic life sentence, Gary. That's what I'm talking about.
Is this true? Could I get life? Tell me! What the hell is going on?
Basically, felony murder. If in the commission of a felony, murder happens, they can get you for murder even if it's accidental. Intent doesn't matter.
Well, what was my felony?
Your attack on your father. The DA's calling it aggravated, which brings it up to felony, which means she can push through with felony murder. It's completely bogus, Gary. She is punishing you for refusing to testify against your dad.
Well, can this stick?
I'm bringing a motion to have it kicked, and I hope the judge...
Why didn't you tell me they could do this?
It's an outrageous charge. She is angry.
You told me that I was facing perjury, Eleanor. That's what you said. And now I'm going up on murder. Why didn't you tell me?
I'm going to take care of it.
Forget it.
Come on, Helen,
Your kid made a choice, Eleanor.
My kid? I took him at your request to advise him against perjury. You never threw out the possibility of felony murder.
Because I hadn't thought of it then.
This is prosecutorial misconduct, and you know it.
Eleanor, bring your motion. I'm not letting him go.
Helen, listen to the sound of your voice. You've lost your way.
Somebody was murdered. Somebody's gonna pay for it. That's my way.
You know she's crazy. She's not crazy. She's just a little motivated.
So, we're continuing on with the kid?
Well, I guess I'm still his lawyer. This is a nightmare.
Anybody want an attempted murder? I got Sybil Boyle from the PD's office. They got a guy who's fired 6 lawyers. Trial starts tomorrow. They're looking to Lou Jack.
Tell him thanks, but no thanks.
I'll do it. Attempted murder beats paperwork.
You know, Rebecca, when you were office administrator, you'd kick and scream at all the pro bono stuff. Now that you're a lawyer...
Like you all say, it's good experience.
Well, I got her on hold here.
Tell her I'll do it.
Okay.
She was convinced she'd look better with higher cheekbones. I thought it ridiculous, but...
But your wife wanted them?
Yes. So she went in to get implants. They told us it would be pretty routine.
They being?
Dr. Leach and the others at the hospital. She went in on a Monday, had the surgery on Tuesday, and came home that day.
And everything seemed okay?
Well, she was swollen and in some pain, but they gave her medication. Everything seemed okay until Wednesday night.
What happened then, sir?
She complained about having a fever, and then suddenly just blacks out. I called 911 and the paramedics came. They said she had no pulse. They brought out those shock paddle things and started jolting her. And then they stopped. She was gone.
Did Dr. Leach offer any explanation?
He said she got an infection.
From the operation?
He didn't know. He said she could have gotten it at the hospital or she could have gotten it at home. He said these things happen sometimes.
But you believe Dr. Leach did something wrong?
Yes.
Why, Mr. Miner?
The way he told me, the way he cut our conversation short ever since, the way he wouldn't talk anymore. He did something wrong.
Mr. Little, my name is Rebecca Washington. I'm your new lawyer. I understand you've had some difficulty with your 6 previous lawyers. Anything in particular they got wrong? I'd like to get a head start.
I didn't like him.
Okay. Well, since your trial starts tomorrow, I need to get up to speed. So, according to the officers, you fired a revolver at them. Did that happen?
No.
Okay, 2 officers are testifying it did. Do we have anybody on your side to say it didn't?
No.
Okay.
This charge is clearly punitive. The district attorney has no good faith belief that the defendant is guilty of felony murder.
Defense counsel has no foundation to evaluate my good faith belief.
She was prosecuting the father for murder.
The defendant admitted to attacking his father, causing the gun to go off.
But you don't believe that, Helen.
Again,
you
you're a
argued to the
mind
jury.
reader.
No, I have ears. You stood in front of the jury and you said that Gary Armbrust was making this whole thing up to spare his father a life sentence.
Counsel, these are questions of fact. The boy stated under oath he assaulted his father. That's enough for me to hold him.
Even assuming that to be true, felony murder still doesn't apply. That law was designed for robberies or kidnappings, rapes, felonies for which it is foreseeable that a murder could result.
You charge a man with a gun, it's foreseeable it could go off.
I would also remind the court of the merger doctrine. The Felony Act has to be independent of the killing for a felony murder to apply. Here, it was the alleged felony itself that caused the death.
And Massachusetts has never recognized the merger doctrine.
Can I finish?
Actually, you have. I'm denying the motion to dismiss. Charges stand. The defendant will be held without bail. We can conference Wednesday to set a trial date.
This is a railroad.
What? Excuse me?
This boy is being charged with a crime we all know he didn't commit.
Well, next time he should think better of confessing. She had gone into septic shock. That led to full cardiac arrest, which ultimately was the cause of death.
And doctor, do you have an opinion as to what caused Mrs. Minor to go into septic shock?
The blood tests show a massive infection caused by Streptococcus bacteria. This would explain why her fever spiked.
And doctor, do you have an opinion as to how Mrs. Minor became exposed to this bacteria?
It had to happen during her cheekbone implant operation. The likelihood is there was some contamination in the operating room.
You can establish that for a fact?
Well, we can't say it to a medical certainty, but since all other explanations have been eliminated,
No autopsy was done on the patient, was there, Doctor?
No, and there should have been.
Well, without an autopsy, we can never really know for sure what killed Mrs. Minor, can we?
When a post-operative patient goes into septic shock, within 48
Move
hours
to strike
of
the unresponsive.
we
Move to
know.
strike. Overruled.
People should not die from cosmetic surgery.
Did you ever examine Mrs. Minor, Dr. Reynolds?
No.
You ever meet her?
No.
Are you being paid for today's testimony?
Objection.
Overruled. Are you being paid, sir?
Yes.
How much?
$7,500.
How many court cases do you testify in per year, do you?
Objection. This is completely irrelevant.
I'll allow it. How many cases, sir?
I have no idea.
More than 50?
Probably.
In fact, that's what you do, isn't it? You're a hired gun who goes from courthouse to courthouse. You're on every plaintiff attorney's list, aren't you?
Objection.
Sustained. You have no evidence that my client did anything negligent, do you, sir?
When one of his patients dies...
Please answer the question. I'm not asking for any assumptions. You cannot point to any specific incidents of negligence with respect to Dr. Leach, can you?
No.
I was going to visit a friend.
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then?
I heard shots. I ran. They grabbed me. What, that's not in there? Those other 6 lawyers didn't take notes?
The police said you...
I know what they said. Didn't happen.
Okay. The friend you went to see, you never saw him?
I had the wrong address.
Okay, can you tell me anything else?
Nope.
Okay. I want you to think about something. That building was dark. The police were shooting. Self-defense is a possible option.
I said I didn't do it. Are you deaf? Are you deaf?
No, I'm not deaf. Please don't scream at me. Given your felony record, my plan is not to have you testify. If you take the stand, all your priors can come into evidence. So for now, I don't plan to put you in the witness chair.
Thank you for seeing me. I thought if we all got in a room, I think we can all agree there's been a certain level of frustration at work here.
Why are you frustrated, Mr. Hunter? You got an acquittal for your client.
Yes. If you proceed to try Gary for felony murder, that would obviously be pretty disturbing for Gordon. And who knows, he might even get up there and testify that he shot his wife of his own accord. No provocation from Gary.
In which case, I go after him for perjury.
This really is not about threats. I came in here to make an offer. Certainly, if Gordon did give that testimony, implicating himself in a crime for which he's already been acquitted, then double jeopardy would mean...
Get out.
Here is the offer. Gordon will accept a year on a perjury charge. I'm sure Miss Frutt can convince Gary to accept a one-year sentence also on perjury. That means no one walks off free, and the public and you can feel some sense of vindication.
How dare you come in here and even suggest that?
Helen.
And you.
Look, I didn't know what he was going to say. He's the guy you want. A year is better than nothing.
Your guy's getting life, Eleanor. Life. As for you, I'll figure something out.
You're not going to figure
Get out, Mr. Hunter.
I am making an offer.
I said get out.
Can I talk to you outside of this case for a second?
No.
You could destroy yourself with this. Don't let that...
Eleanor, please leave. There was some kind of panic.
By panic, you mean?
Dr. Leach came rushing in. It was about 20 minutes after the call that Mrs. Miner was dead. He huddled up with Dr. Morganson, Chief of Staff.
Did you hear what was being said?
Objection, hearsay.
Excited utterance?
I'll allow it.
What did you hear, Mrs. Henderson?
Well, Dr. Morganson was already upset over another patient who died. It's not like him to become animated, but he was here. He was demanding lists of surgical teams, and he wanted an M&M conference that very night.
What's an M&M conference?
It's a mortality and morbidity conference. Doctors convene secretly to discuss the cause of death of patients, often for unexplained deaths.
Do you know the results of this meeting?
No, the contents are secret. Nobody but the doctors ever finds out what goes on in there.
Thank you.
Gee, you make it sound like a big conspiracy. M&M conferences are routinely held at hospitals, aren't they, Nurse Henderson?
Yes, but this was...
Thank you. And one of the reasons that they have these meetings, among others, is so that doctors can freely swap information to learn. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
They have these meetings whether things go wrong or not.
They seem to have this one in a hurry.
Well, is it possible Dr. Leach was upset about the death and he wanted to find out quickly if something went wrong? Is that possible?
Yes.
And here you are, presenting a doctor's concern about his patients as something incriminating?
Doctors have two kinds of expressions. One is concern for the patients. The other is concern over liability. This seemed to be the latter.
So, you based today's testimony on your ability to read an expression.
I was there, Mr. Walton. Something was wrong.
But you weren't in that operating room, were you, Mrs. Henderson?
No, I wasn't.
We had driven into the middle of a gang shootout. We pursued several suspects on foot into an apartment complex. We entered into a lobby area and we became immediately under fire.
Did you see who was firing at you?
That man.
Just a little. Judge, this man is lying.
Your attorney will have opportunity to cross-examine. You will remain quiet.
What happened next, officer?
We returned fire, at which point he dropped his gun and began to run for the stairwell. We entered the stairwell. We encountered him coming down. We told him to freeze. He took off up the stairs. We pursued him and caught him and placed him under arrest.
I never had a gun.
Mr. Little.
I never had a gun. I wasn't even on that balcony. I was just going down the stairs.
Take him out. Now, take him out. People like you need to respect this room. This isn't the street in here. You don't get away with that. Miss Washington, I'll see you in chambers. Mr. Thompson, you too. You've got yourself a problem, young lady.
Yes, Your Honor, and for the record, I don't think you handled that too deftly.
What should I have done? Asked him about his childhood? So here's your problem. In addition to his general scumhood, his yelling in court, in my mind, is the equivalent to testimony. The DA is now free to cross-examine him.
Just hold on a second.
He yelled that he was not on the balcony and that the officer was lying. That's testimony.
But he wasn't under oath.
The jury heard him.
If you force him to take the stand, all his priors can be admitted.
Well, isn't that tragic?
Your Honor, at this point, I don't want to cross-examine. This case is pretty straight for us. The last thing I want to do is give them grounds for appeal. And you forcing him to take the stand?
Well, that's your call. But for the rest of the trial, his hands are cuffed to the chair and his mouth is taped.
Your Honor, that would be so prejudicial.
It's not up for debate.
When I learned she had died, I, of course, was devastated. In addition to being my patient, Mrs. Minor was an extraordinary person. We were all quite fond of her.
Dr. Leach, what happened?
I don't know. We've been through the procedure over and over and over. Everything went according to plan. Nothing indicated.
You've heard the suggestion that Mrs. Minor may have picked up the infection during this procedure.
The room was sterile, Mr. Walton. Whatever happened to Mrs. Minor, it didn't happen in that room.
Well, could she have gotten the infection elsewhere?
I don't know what happened after she left the hospital, what happened at her home. My dialogue with Mr. Minor stopped at that point, so all I can tell you, whatever caused her to die, it didn't happen in that room. Sometimes people die, Mr. Minor. And sometimes there's no explanation as to why.
People don't just die.
Mr. Minor.
They don't just die.
Mr. Minor. Doctor, please don't address the plaintiff.
This judge isn't going to go for any of that stuff. You have to stay quiet. We're lucky the DA didn't take him up on his offer and put you in the chair to be crossed. Can you at least look at me? If your prior felonies come out, you can forget it. You got 2 assaults, 1 with a deadly weapon. That's all the jury needs to hear. Now, I'd like to take a shot with a plea. If we can get 8 years, I think we should take it.
You're still deaf.
Byron, I'm not saying you did it, but with the evidence...
I didn't do it! Bitch! You stupid bitch! You're just like the rest of them. But I bet you hear me now, huh? I bet you hear me now. Come here. Come here. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off. Get off of me.
Hey.
Don't start.
I'm gonna start.
Lindsay.
Just listen first, okay? Then I'll shut up. You don't believe that kid had anything to do with the murder. You're punishing him because he screwed up the prosecution of the father, and in part, you're punishing Eleanor for not convincing him to stick to the truth. You're coming from anger.
Don't tell me what...
I will tell you, because I saw it. I know what happened to you when you lost that nun killer. And I could see what was happening when this case started to go south, and I see you now. And I know how this thing will play out. If you try him on felony murder, he's going to stand up and tell the real truth, which will be consistent with his statement to the cops and his testimony at the prelim. You will never get past reasonable doubt, and you'll be stuck going after him for perjury 6 months from now. Drop the felony murder. Let him cop to the perjury now. Then go to the gym and hit the heavy bag. It's the only thing you can really do.
I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Do what?
This job.
Helen, this is just a couple of fluke cases. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Box.
Why did you schedule an M&M conference the very night Mrs. Minor died?
Because, as I explained, her death upset me. I wanted to make sure we didn't cause it.
Did you?
No.
That was the conclusion reached in the M&M conference?
Objection. Those meetings are sealed. Counsel is trying to get the witness to waive the privilege
If it's no, it's no.
I object to the trick. He knows the meetings are secret. He's trying to exploit the secrecy to make us look like we're hiding something.
Are you a fortune teller now?
All right. Sustained. Mr. Donald, continue.
You wanted the meeting that night because you were urgent to find out what happened.
Yes.
Did you recommend to Mr. Minor that you do an autopsy?
He didn't seem to want that.
My question is, did you recommend it?
I don't think I did.
In fact, didn't you say to Mr. Minor and his daughter, we can do an autopsy if you want, but it won't bring her back? Weren't those your very words?
I don't remember, but it's possible I said that.
Sounds almost like you were discouraging an autopsy.
The blood work reveals she died of the bacterial infection. We didn't
But you
feel
didn't
that there was
know
any...
that at the time you discouraged the autopsy.
I didn't discourage it. I just didn't push for it.
You didn't push for it. That doesn't go with this urgency to find out what happened. Was the urgency to conceal what happened?
No, that isn't what
Why was
happened.
Dr. Morganson so upset? Did he know Mrs. Minor?
He was upset because another patient had died. And this news on top
He
of
knew
that...
something went wrong, didn't he?
Objection.
Patients don't just die from cheek implants, do they, Dr. Lee?
Objection.
Something went wrong.
Mr. Donald.
You say you want to know what happened, but you don't urge an autopsy. There's a late-night secret meeting.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Mr. Donald, that's enough.
Is it your testimony that you have no idea how she got this fatal infection?
That's my testimony.
He pleads to perjury. We go right to sentencing today.
I'd want to be heard.
You can be heard, but...
Why rush it? We might as well...
We do it now, or there's no deal. It's just, I want this to be over. And you should want it to be over, too. Because the longer I live with it, the angrier I... There's an offer before you. Take it or not.
And what would I get for perjury?
It's discretionary, but I think I can make a pretty decent argument to the judge.
And we have to decide today?
There is really no decision, Gary. If we don't plead to the perjury, then the felony murder charge doesn't get dropped, and we can't risk that. They've got you dead to right on perjury anyway, so there's no real reason not to jump at this.
Why do the sentencing today?
The DA wants to put this behind her, and so do you. Now, there's a chance we can get you out of here, so let's just do it.
Okay.
I fired several shots, at which point he dropped the gun and ran into the stairway.
The defendant?
Yes. We then entered the stairway on the lobby floor, met him coming down. He started going back up, but we caught him.
You say he started shooting at you as soon as you entered the lobby,
That's correct.
and you immediately returned fire.
Yes.
At which point he dropped the gun and ran into the stairwell.
Yes.
Any prints on the gun?
None that were usable.
The look you got of him on the balcony, that was 3-4 seconds,
I suppose that's about right.
with a gun barrel pointed in your direction.
Yes.
And the stairway was behind him. Is that not right?
Yes.
So he turned and ran with his back toward you.
I suppose.
You suppose? Did he backpedal or did he turn and run?
He turned and ran.
And how were the lights up there on the balcony?
We got a good look at him.
It was dark, wasn't it?
We saw his face.
You say we like you're speaking for Officer Gibson. Did you two go over your testimony?
Objection. Sustained.
You said in your statement there may have been others on the balcony, but it was too dark to tell. Was that your statement?
Yes, but we got a good look at him.
You don't settle down, Mr. Little, I'll remove you. Don't think I won't have you hauled right out of here.
Mr. Stanton, I'm Bobby Donald. I called. Our information shows that your daughter died on the same day. There's been testimony that the Chief of Staff was very upset about it. I'm not entitled to see her medical records without your permission.
And what does Carol's death have to do with your case?
Well, maybe nothing, but that's what I'd like to find out.
I'd like you to please leave, sir.
Mr. Stanton, a woman died here.
A woman died? That's why you're here? You're concerned about a woman's death? My daughter died, Mr. Donald. We're finally at a point where our lives have resumed, and you happily come along to dig it all up because of your deep concern over son. No, he's here about money. You think twice about whether you want this kind of visit. Our daughter was 19.
I'm just trying to represent some people with a claim against a hospital.
Carol! I'm so sorry. Carol's death was devastating. She was our only child. And the idea of reliving her death, it was just so...
How did she die?
She went in for minor surgery and got some post-op infection.
I want to find out how many people died in that hospital a week before and a week after. Get the names. Just listen, Lucy. Get the names and have Jimmy, Lindsay, and Eugene contact the families and find out how they died. And this has to be done now.
Rebecca. We may have a little bump here.
What do you mean, bump?
There was an internal police investigation regarding the shooting. I just found out about it, I promise you. Here's the report.
The shooting surrounding this arrest?
Yes. Officer Helms evidently once claimed he wounded the suspect on the balcony. Now, he's since backed off it, but blood was found on the balcony. The sample was lost.
Excuse me, lost?
I don't know what to say. If you want to move for a mistrial, I won't oppose.
We're not having any mistrial.
What?
We're late into it.
If the man on the balcony was wounded, then that clears Byron Little.
The officer said he was wrong about wounding him.
Oh, come on.
You expect me to throw out an entire trial
First of all, the state has a duty to turn over all exculpatory evidence. I'm just getting this report now.
He just got it.
Second, this is material. This completely affects how I would have cross-examined Officer Helms.
You can recall him.
And they say they lost the blood sample. I need time to investigate.
Look, counsel, they caught your man running down the stairway.
But he's been saying he wasn't the man on the balcony, and that blood may prove it.
How? The officer claims he did not wound the suspect. That means the blood is irrelevant. I'm not throwing out this trial.
You can't be serious.
Look, young lady, you may be used to having your clients freed on stunts and technicalities, but not in my court.
They withheld material evidence.
The trial goes on. You can recall the officer and recross him. That's all.
Did he lie under oath? Yes. Are there mitigating circumstances? Of course there are. His mother was murdered. He was turned into the star witness against his father, a father who he had an estranged relationship with, a father, as you can see by the psychiatric reports, Gary lived for his approval and rarely got it. Here he is, a kid with a drug history, emotionally unstable, being asked to put his dad away for life. He couldn't do it. couldn't do it. The law insulates us from having to testify against a spouse. Well, a son's connection with a father can be just as powerful. Gary Armbrust isn't a bad kid, Your Honor. We all know that. He just couldn't go through with sending his dad to prison.
Yes. The law does protect spouses from giving testimony against each other. But there's no such immunity when it comes to father and son. And they don't get to just make up a law because in their minds the love is just as powerful. What's at stake here is the integrity of this process. He committed perjury. He lied under oath. And if we tolerate it, we have to consider the worst-case scenario. The day may come where witnesses lie to help free premeditated murderers. This case is the worst-case scenario. A murderer is walking free because the defendant committed perjury. Your Honor, you and I walk into this courtroom every day without clients. In essence, we work for the room. What he did to this room, and technicalities and Fourth Amendments, he killed her and stuffed her in a closet. He killed a nun.
Helen?
I'm sorry. He lied. We work for the room, Your Honor. We work for the room.
I did say once that I thought I wounded him, but I was wrong.
And what suddenly convinced you were wrong?
When we caught him, he wasn't wounded, so I obviously was wrong.
Or maybe the man you shot at, the man shooting at you, was not the same man you chased in the stairwell.
No, it was him. I saw his face.
And what about the blood that was found?
That was old, dried blood.
In this report...
I first thought it was fresh, because in my excitement, I thought I wounded him. But it was old, dried blood that had been there.
And did you test this blood to determine...
Objection, relevance. Sustained.
Your Honor,
the jury
they
will
testified there were
disregard
others
any
on the
mention
balcony. The
of blood. It
samples-
has no relevance whatsoever. Counsel, step up.
Those blood samples could exonerate my client. He can't know it's old blood, and the fact that those samples were somehow...
There will be no mention of blood. It's not relevant. And if you mention the police losing it, you buy yourself a jail cell.
I am just trying...
This trial will not be prevented by sleazy defense lawyering. I've had about enough of you already, damn it.
You need to take some time off.
Yeah. I'm not losing my mind, Lindsay.
You just mixed up defendants. You called the perjurer a nun killer, Helen. I'm worried about you. I mean, you've had this look in your eye lately and your voice. And... Will they give you some time off?
I think so. It's just not fair anymore.
What's not fair? Tell me what's not fair.
My sister has a radio.
Your sister has a radio?
She has a nice job at an insurance company. She gets to sit at a desk. And she plays her radio. She can hear music during the day. Just once, I'd like to turn up the radio in that room. Sing the bad days away. Sing away.
If If I have to take you on vacation myself, I will. You definitely need some time off.
Four patients in 3 days. All routine surgeries, all dead from streptococcus sepsis. Your hospital had a bacteria.
4 cases does not constitute an outbreak.
All the same strain? In 3 days, and you don't tell him? He asks what happened, you just leave that out?
The other patients have privacy rights. I just can't reveal their case histories.
Is that what you're going to say when I recall you? $7 million today, or I notify the health marshal.
That kind of threat could get you a trip to the overseers.
I'll risk it. I'm tempted to call the district attorney. This borders on corporate murder. You had a lethal strain of bacteria killing patients, and you sat on it? The health marshal might close your doors to investigate it. $300,000 a day, that'll run you $2 to $3 million, and that's just in actuals. The long-term damage could be worse. That's probably why you concealed the outbreak in the first place. You were afraid the health marshal would move in. You'll pay the $7 today and be grateful, and I don't care how you split your policies.
You still haven't established negligence as to her cause of death.
I can establish a cover-up, and that's all I'll need, and we all know it.
I ask you what happened, and you look me in the eye and say, I don't know. You look me right in the eye. Because of him, Arnold. We get sued for everything because of lawyers like him. Every patient that comes to the door, we have to look at as a potential plaintiff. There was nothing I could say after that could bring her back.
So why even volunteer the truth?
Yeah, sometimes we lie, Mr. Donnell.
Milton.
I'm talking in general. Lawsuits have driven the truth underground, Mr. Donnell.
Well, this one dug it up, didn't it?
I'll have to discuss all of this with the board before I get back to you.
You're authorized to settle.
Not at that amount.
Well, then go talk to them.
How did it happen that we can't trust the police? I mean, this is an institution that's supposed to protect us. I don't doubt these officers think Byron Little is the guy. They tackled him in the stairwell after they saw the man on the balcony run into the stairwell. It's completely reasonable to believe it must be the same guy. Hey, I did. I mean, one look at him. He looks like your typical urban criminal. He acts violent. And we all know our Honorable Your Honor thinks he's the guy, too. But mistakes and cover-ups, those are two very different things. One of the officers said he wounded the suspect. Blood was even found on the balcony, though it's been deemed irrelevant for the sake of this trial. But when they examined Mr. Little back at the police station, they found no wound. And suddenly the officer amends his account and says he must have missed. And they march into this court and positively identify him as the shooter. They see him 30 feet above on a darkened balcony for 3 seconds tops, all the while being shot at, and yet they're positive. How can that be? And why start hiding internal reports from the defense lawyers? Why forget to mention the blood? Why come in with all this absolute positive eyewitness accounts? Why forget to tell us, oh yeah, one of our officers who was so positive wasn't so positive before he changed his mind? Why not just be upfront with what you got? Why? Because without all that absolute positive stuff, they lose him. They lose the guy they think did it. And let's be fair, they lose so many. And I know it turns stomachs. It's turned our honorable, your honor stomach, so he thinks nothing now of taping criminal defendant mouths shut, handcuffing them, making them look guilty. Hey, it's his court. He's old. He's probably had enough and he doesn't care. But the thing about juries, it tends to be their one and only time serving this process, so they tend to take it seriously and not just rush through it with a bunch of assumptions. And therein lies Byron Little's only hope. It's not with the police. It's not with our honorable, your honor. It's with you. You have two choices here. You can hold up the oath you took at the beginning of all this, or not. Maybe guys like this, we're not supposed to care.
Two eyewitnesses saw him shoot the gun, saw him run into the stairwell. They pursued him into the stairwell and caught him. Sometimes we just want things to be all juicy and complicated when they're not.
I am mindful of how difficult it must be to be faced with testifying against one's own father, especially when that testimony could result in life imprisonment. But I am also mindful of the court's need to assure the integrity of this criminal justice process. Perjury is to be taken very, very seriously. I know you know this. I know you were apprised of the risks. Nevertheless, you chose to assume those risks. In fact, given these warnings, your commission of perjury was particularly knowing. I sentence you to 20 years at Cedar Junction. The sentence is to begin immediately. Bailiff, we're adjourned.
We'll appeal. Gary, I want you to hang in there. We're going to appeal. We're going to appeal.
Tell me.
He's just a kid. He got afraid at the last second. He didn't want to hurt his dad.
What'd he get?
Maximum 20 years. God, Eugene, what have I done?
Hey, this isn't on you, Eleanor.
If I would have come down on him harder, if I would have just anticipated a felony murder.
This isn't on you.
He's going away for 20 years.
Will the defendant please rise? Has the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
We have.
What say you?
On the matter of the Commonwealth versus Byron Little, on the charge of attempted murder, we find the defendant not guilty.
Unlock him. Let him go. Jury's free. We're adjourned.
welcome.